everyone, welcome to this update video this morning. I really hope you're doing amazing. Now we're going to be talking about what is happening across the North Atlantic, and immediately across parts of the states we can see a lot of action, a lot of severe weather, tornado threats going on right now. So it is at that time of the year, unfortunately. And as we look though towards the elsewhere in the Atlantic basin, towards the Caribbean, for example, there isn't as much going on, not a whole lot of convection, but the rainy season is slowly kicking in for some of us. And as we look down towards northern South America, also a bit active there. Now let's zoom into the Caribbean region. There have been a few instances of some thunderstorm activity. We can see those little white dots pop up there. Now those are indicative of lightning strikes, so we kind of get an idea of where the thunderstorms have been. And we have some patches of those clouds coming in from the east as well, helping to enhance the rain across parts of the lesser Antilles, especially the Leeward Islands, down towards Trinidad and Tobago. There's a bit of action there, quite a bit of cloud cover, likely with some shower activity as well. Now we're going to be looking at the rainfall forecast, and then I want to talk about last hurricane season. A few names have been retired and replaced with new names that will be used for the 2030 hurricane season. So as we look at the rainfall forecast for the Caribbean region, though, we can see here that there's a bit of color in a few spots. A couple spots in Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, the Lesser Antilles, and especially towards South America. A lot of color there. We see a lot of those red shadings, a few spots of those burgundies and purples as well, indicating higher rainfall amounts. So a lot of substantial rainfall is going to be likely over the next day, and that could result in a bit of flooding across some areas. ABC Islands likely to be on the drier side as per usual. Towards Panama, it may get a little bit active as well. And then for other parts of Central America, a few showers may pass by here or there, nothing crazy though. Up to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, not a whole lot of rainfall activity expected, but there could be a few showers that pass by. And that's what is expected as it pertains to rainfall activity pretty much through much of today into very early tomorrow morning. So for the Greater Antilles, it is pretty likely that there's going to be that shower activity, especially as we progress towards the afternoon hours. So those afternoon showers and thunderstorms definitely probable. Not going to be for everywhere, but for some areas for sure. Now, in terms of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, so if you guys saw my previous video of the hurricane season countdown, I did mention that this week the World Meteorological Organization will be meeting and will be knowing of the names retired and replaced from last season. So just to do a quick recap of last year, there were a total of 18 named storms, 11 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes. So it was a very active season, and it produced multiple Category 5 hurricanes, which were Beryl and Milton. And those are 2 of the names retired. In total, this is the list, and those highlighted in red are the names that have been retired because of the destruction that they caused. There was Beryl early in the hurricane season, which resulted in devastation across many Caribbean islands, and then it even went to devastate parts of the United States. We had Helene, which ravaged some of the southeast states, especially with the unprecedented flood and rains that it unleashed. And then there was Milton, which rapidly intensified into a Category 5 system. And even though it weakened substantially before making landfall, it still did quite a number on the U.S. Now, for those reasons, those 3 names have been retired from the rotating list. So just in case you're not familiar with the naming process, what happens is that there are 6 lists that rotate. So this list, for example, will be used again in 2030, but because there have been some retirements of the names Beryl, Helene, and Milton, those 3 names will never appear again on a future list for the Atlantic Basin, the North Atlantic Basin. So what are the replacement names? Well, the replacement names are those of the same initial and gender. So this is what the 2030 list would look like. So Beryl was replaced with Brianna, Helene was replaced with Holly, and Milton was replaced with Miguel. So those are the 3 replacement names for those names. So again, Beryl, Milton, Helene, those are history. and will never be used again for another North Atlantic tropical cyclone. So that is what happened, guys. And in terms of this hurricane season, we're going to have a lot of predictions rolling out over the next couple of weeks. I believe even later today, we're going to be hearing from the Colorado State University. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what the various predictions are for the hurricane season. And as we go along, I'll be presenting those to you. Of course, there's nothing to watch just yet. Things are relatively quiet, but as time goes by, it will get more and more active. And as I even had mentioned at the start of the video, the rainy season is starting to kick in for some areas. So we're noticing that there's a bit more action in the afternoon in parts of the Greater Antilles. For example, Jamaica, Cuba, parts of Hispaniola as well. We're starting to get a bit more and more rain in a few spots. And especially as we head into later into this month, April, and also into May, things are definitely going to be getting quite active across the region. But that is what I wanted to bring to your attention in this video, and stay tuned for my upcoming videos that will share with you the forecasts for this upcoming season, what is expected, the trends, and all of that good stuff. So that's it for now, guys. I do hope you found this video to be informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.